Hello, my name's Daripa. Hello, my name's Daripa. Hello, my name's Daripa. It's time, guys. Part 2 of Overwatch World Swap. If you haven't watched the first part, go ahead and do that. What are you doing? Stop this right now. Go watch the first part. Right now. Thank you. We're just gonna get right into it. First thing we're gonna do, spin the wheel. First things first, we're starting with supports. Because last time we got Juno, and Juno's gone from the... Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, Kiriko. I honestly wasn't expecting that, but of course we had to get Kiriko. Staple child of Overwatch, as we all know, all the skins in the world.
And for some reason has a Chinese New Year skin, even though she's not even Chinese.
And we have 2 Chinese characters in the game.
By the way.
What's Kiriko gonna be? DPS or a tank? DPS, okay. I mean, Kiriko already has kind of like a DPS flair to her. Now, damage characters. Let's see. Sombra. Okay. What are you gonna be, Sombra? A tank or a support? Oh, I was hoping for support because Sombra already can do healing, and now we can just like enhance that even more, which is awesome and amazing. And for last, we have one of the tanks. What are we gonna get? Hazard? Okay. I mean, Hazard is needing some love, in my opinion. I feel like he's overlooked. Like, I feel like barely anybody plays him. Oh! Okay. Hazard as a support. Okay, this is really gonna like challenge my brain. Alright, next time you see me, we're gonna be in the art program and we're gonna start trying out everything. And as you know, I'm gonna reimagine their abilities in their new role. And yeah, if you watched the first part, you already know what's happening. If you're still here right now and you haven't watched the first part, I can't make you do that. I can't force you to watch the first part, but like, you could, like, anyways, yeah. Okay, the first one we have, obviously, is Kiriko, who's become a DPS. Now, I feel like this one is definitely easier to work with. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's pretty easy to use Kiriko as a DPS already. Here's what I've changed about her. Passive ability, she just has the normal DPS passive ability, which damaging the enemy temporarily reduces their healing being received, blah, blah, blah. The wall climb is the same. The healing, which I already forgot what it was normally called, but I changed it to be called Thundering Ofuda. Channel a burst of damaging talismans that can seek nearby enemies, and it does 30 damage over 0.75 seconds. And then Kunai is the same, the long range projectile. Anyways, your teleport is now called Sneaky Step, which is to teleport directly behind an enemy. And now her Suzu is now called Suzu Smoke. Throw a charm to create a smoke screen, briefly hiding you and your allies. And then our ultimate is now Kitsune Attack. Summon a fox spirit to protect you and your allies from harm. So like, I imagine that the fox is now like kind of the way Bob works, but like instead of staying in one place, the fox actually goes and like attacks nearby enemies. And I have one of Kiriko's concept arts because I really like the vibe that this one is giving, you know, kind of like she's a ninja. But yeah, I do like her chunky boots, so I'm gonna keep the chunky boots. My zoom doesn't work anymore, so this is a little like frustrating. Ooh, I do like this part that sticks out. I think I like that her face was like obscured by that thing she has on in her concept art, like that. I like that. And I think I'm gonna keep the little coat or whatever she's got going on. What is an Overwatch character without fingerless gloves, man? Honestly. Actually, I think it would be cool if it kind of resembled the foxtail a little bit. You know, the most interesting thing about Overwatch designs is I feel like most of the time they always go with the design where they're like, in my opinion, I feel like they're just like, they want to play it safe, you know what I mean? Because lately a lot of the designs just feel like, I don't know, just feel like, oh, well, we need them to look conventionally attractive. And it's like, how many skins can we sell with a design like this? And I just feel like it would be really refreshing if they stopped caring about that. Oh my god, it's like the concept art for a lot of the characters. It's so jarring what they end up finalizing or what they end up picking in the end, it would be so cool if we just had cool characters again, you know? I don't care what they give us. I just want a cool character design. I don't really care if they're conventionally attractive or it's just like I want Omnic characters again. Like the last Omnic character was Ramatra, and Ramatra is like really cool. Anyways, yeah. That's just my little spiel about Overwatch character design, and you know, the direction it's taking is pretty disappointing. Especially with like Vendetta. Like I recently posted my own like Vendetta redesign. You can check it out, it's in the community post tab. But like, yeah. Actually, I don't think I like this bit. Time to color. Oh, you know what? I feel like this, if Kiriko was a DPS, she would have a lot of tattoos, like crazy amount of tattoos. So like the red fingertips, I mean, it's the future, so I feel like she definitely would have tattooed the tips of her fingers like with permanent red ink. And I feel like instead of this being makeup, it would be like a permanent tattoo type thing. What color should her hair be? That is the question. Got a little red color scheme. Really putting my brain power into figuring out her hair color, which is why I saved it for last, because I don't know. Blue's kind of a nice contrast. Kind of. I think I'm gonna go with the brown hair. I know it's just calling to me more. Here's what we have going on for Kiriko right now. And of course, at the end, you're gonna see them all cleaned up and rendered, but you already know the drill. See, I was going for more of a ninja vibe for her, so I feel like, what if I made the whites dark? I think I'm done tinkering with the colors. Moving on to the next one, we've got Sombra, who is a support. She still has a machine pistol, the short-range automatic weapon, but now I think it would do like a little bit less damage. So hack, hold the hack. Hacked enemies cannot use abilities and can be seen through walls. Hacked health packs spawn faster and can be used by enemies. Hacked allies regenerate health faster and gain more healing from hacked health packs. Taking damage interrupts the hack attempt. So, of course, Sombra would be able to hack her allies as well. And so, her ability called Virus will now be called Antivirus. Hit allies with a projectile that provides shield. Hacked allies gain overhealth for a short duration. And then her translocator will now be called Hologram. Throw a beacon that creates up to 3 large health packs can be destroyed. And then EMP, deal damage to all nearby enemies based on their current health, hacking them, destroying barriers around you. Allies gain increased damage and speed. So EMP works the same, but it just your allies get an advantage from it as well. So I'm thinking Sombra, if she was a support, how her lore would change is that she would be, I think she'd pretty much be like a Robin Hood type character. Robin Hood's whole thing is that he steals from the rich to give to the poor. That's basically what Sombra would be doing. And honestly, it's not like her moral stance in actual lore is like concrete, I guess. Like, she's not really on anybody's side on the lore. She's just kind of like does it for her own benefit, like if it benefits her, pretty much. Figuring out how she's gonna look is a bit of a challenge, but I'm gonna try my best. I do really like the plugs in her hair, so what if? I think she'd need more modifications in her body. Like, I feel like she'd have more modifications because she wants to. I think she would use them a lot more because she's always using it to help other people and shit like that. So I feel like it makes sense for her to have a lot more modifications in her. So I don't know why she's wearing toe socks, but she's not wearing no toe socks in this design. Okay, this is what I got going so far. Now it's time to color. Okay, and so we have going so far for the colors. I'm kind of iffy on them right now, so let's just play around and then we'll see what we get in the end. Basically, what I'm imagining is that like Sombra as a support is if she like refused to be on Talon's side, even if it was for her own benefit. How would it look if it was more on the blue side? That's what I'm wondering. Because I know in like her Mirror Watch skin, which is basically if Sombra was quote unquote good, her hacking would be like blue, so I feel like maybe it'd work better if she was more on the blue scale. I think I'm feeling the more of a blue color scheme because I think it fits like the vibe I'm going for more. So this is Sombra. And now on to the final and last one. Last one is Hazard, who is a support now. Obviously has the normal passive ability, but his weapon is now called Diamond Spur because I'm thinking he has like a spike theme going on, but I'm gonna change that to be like crystal theme or gemstone type of theme. And gemstones already are known to some people to have healing properties, so I feel like that can work in my favor. So his weapon works the same, fire a small burst of crystals. His ability called Spike Guard is now called Gem Guard. Protect your allies from frontal damage, firing homing crystals at nearby enemies and regenerating allies' health. And it's 50 damage per second. As you're damaging the enemy, you're also regenerating your team's health. But they kind of have to be behind you. So what I'm thinking, how it works is, let's say this is Hazard, and then these are like his enemies in front of him or whatever. That's Hazard. And then the crystals, boom, 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 I'll shoot. But whoever is behind him, so his team, obviously, they get healed. And then we're keeping the wall that he can like shoot out, so called Crystal Wall. Launch a crystal wall that knocks back nearby enemies and provides damage boosts to allies close by. The damage boost effect lasts up to 30 seconds after leaving proximity of the wall. And then his ability called Fault, where he can like grab onto the ledges and like climb up a bit. So that ability now only works on his wall. And then his ultimate is just exactly the same. Downpour, rain down a turret of crystals, immobilizing enemies. And now as for his design, I've already like shaped out what his build's gonna be, so obviously his build is not gonna be the same. That's why I have Baptiste in the corner, because I'm using his build as a reference to what Hazard's build would be as a support. Fingerless gloves again. Okay, this is what we have. Not feeling it per se. Punk rock healer. You know what? Yeah. This is one of those cases where I'm gonna need to pull up Pinterest to get help with the design because I'm not liking it right now. Oh crap, I just realized I paused my recording and then I started fixing the design again. I was thinking that I was gonna make his hair just be like crystals, but then I really do like the spiky hair look, so he looks like an angry little hedgehog. Ah, you suck, yeah. Uh-oh, guys, am I guilty of just doing a redesign? I did get a comment where someone said they felt like I was just like redesigning the characters like in general, which fair enough, but also I did say that I felt like I was doing that anyways in the video where I was like, at this point I'm just redesigning the character. And this is one of those moments where like, yeah, I do kind of feel like I'm just doing that. To be fair, I think it would be pretty cool to see a support that looks like this. Like, would that not be cool to you guys? Like, maybe that's just me. But just like a fucking punk rock support who looks like this. Like, that's sick to me. I don't know, I feel like supports don't really have any one look to them. I like that. Okay. I really like that. Now I'm just wondering what I should put on his patches, on his pants. Time to color. My favorite part, time to color. How he got his powers will work a little differently. I'm imagining his partner, Susie, if you guys didn't know, the Omnic with like the rose tattoos. Susie, that is his girlfriend, which is super cute. But I imagine go differently. Maybe she's in danger and like she's getting attacked, or she got like injured like very badly, and injecting himself with whatever he injected himself was like a last resort effort for him to save Susie, and it gave him that power to basically save Susie. So I'm imagining it went like that instead. Well guys, we're done. Hazard is a very cool looking support. Anyways, next clip I'm gonna have all of them put together. They're gonna be cleaned up and rendered, and I'm gonna make a little like I did last time where I showed their abilities and stuff and fancy all looking. Anyways, yeah. See you guys.